The gavel struck once, echoing through the military courtroom at Fort Bragg. Sergeant Elena Brooks sat in the defendant's chair, accused of wearing a medal she never earned. Her Navy Cross gleamed under the harsh fluorescent lights. The prosecution called it a $49 replica from an online store. Lieutenant Colonel Marcus Reed smiled confidently across the room. This case was open and shut. The defendant's service record showed only logistics work. No combat tours, no heroic actions, just 4 years of supply duty. "Another fake hero," someone whispered from the gallery. "Disgusting." Elena didn't react. She'd learned long ago that silence cut sharper than protest. Her hands rested calmly in her lap, though her wrists bore faint scars no one had bothered to notice. But what nobody in that room knew was that the case was about to take an unexpected turn. The truth wasn't buried in testimonies or files. The truth was walking down a Pentagon corridor heading straight for this courtroom. The courtroom smelled of old wood and determination. Outside, a thunderstorm hammered the base, but inside, the air was electric with anticipation. Colonel William Hayes, the presiding judge, cleared his throat and shuffled his papers. "This tribunal will address charges of stolen valor against Sergeant Elena Brooks," he announced. "She stands accused of fraudulently displaying a Navy Cross and claiming Special Operations Service." Reed rose smoothly, his voice dripping with confidence. "Your Honor, this is a simple case of deception. The accused has been attending veteran events, claiming service she never performed. Her official record shows 4 years of logistics work, nothing more." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the gallery. Elena sat motionless, her eyes fixed on the grain of the wooden table. She'd been warned this day would come. The first witness took the stand, a retired Marine who pointed directly at her. She claimed she was there in Syria, 2019, described classified operations like she was part of them. Impossible. Women weren't involved in those missions. "Objection," her defense counsel muttered half-heartedly. Even he sounded like he didn't believe in her case. "Overruled," Hayes replied. "Continue." Piece by piece, Reed built his case like a fortress wall. Elena's service record appeared on the projection screen. Brooks, Elena, M., enlisted 2015, discharged 2019, logistics specialist. No combat decorations beyond the Army Commendation Medal. Reed held up a photograph of Elena at a veterans gathering, the Navy Cross prominent on her dress uniform. "This medal," he declared triumphantly, "is available online for $49. She wore it publicly to gain credibility she hasn't earned." The gallery shifted with disgust. Some shook their heads, others whispered words like disgrace and fraud. Through it all, Elena remained perfectly still. The storm outside grew stronger, thunder cracking like artillery fire. Finally, Hayes leaned forward. "Sergeant Brooks, do you have anything to say in your defense?" The room turned to her. Elena lifted her eyes, steady and controlled. She spoke only once, her voice even. "My service record speaks for itself, sir." Cruel laughter broke out in the gallery. Reed smirked, sensing victory was his. Then the door opened, not gently, decisively. 2 soldiers in dress blues entered, their bearing unmistakably command presence. Behind them walked General Patricia Stone, 3 stars gleaming on her shoulders, the kind of presence that silenced rooms without speaking. Hayes rose to his feet in shock. "General Stone, what brings you—" "Colonel," Stone interrupted, her tone calm but absolute. "Remain seated." The entire gallery froze. Elena didn't move either, but for the first time since proceedings began, her gaze shifted from the table to the approaching general. Stone turned to Reed, her sharp eyes falling on him like a spotlight. "This trial, explain it to me."
Reed swallowed, his earlier confidence faltering but not extinguished. "General, the accused has been attending veteran events, claiming service she never performed. Her official record shows 4 years of logistics work, nothing more." Stone listened silently, then looked directly at Elena. She met the general's eyes without flinching. "Sergeant Brooks, do you know why I'm here?" "No, ma'am," Elena replied evenly. The general reached into her coat and produced a velvet case, weathered but unmistakable. She set it on the judge's desk and opened it, revealing a Navy cross, but not just any Navy cross. This one carried specific engravings, a date, and a classified operational code. Gasps erupted through the room. Hayes pounded his gavel for silence. "This," Stone said, her voice firm again, "is Sergeant Brooks's medal, awarded in a classified ceremony for her actions during Operation Silent Thunder in Syria. She saved 18 civilians and extracted critical intelligence that prevented a terrorist attack." The gallery erupted in whispers. Reed blinked, visibly struggling. "General, with respect, no woman has ever—" "Stop." Stone's single word cut sharper than any gavel. She stepped closer to Reed, her presence towering. "That statement, Colonel, is precisely why Sergeant Brooks's service was classified. She never claimed to be special forces. Others made assumptions. She served in a program so sensitive that even most flag officers never knew it existed." She turned to the gallery, her voice rising with restrained force. "And now, because of arrogance and ignorance, she's been dragged into this courtroom, accused of being a fraud for telling a truth she was ordered never to reveal." The storm outside returned with vengeance, rain slamming against windows like applause no one dared to give. Elena sat still, her breathing controlled, but her hands finally unclenched. Stone's voice softened as she addressed Elena directly. "Sergeant, you've carried a burden this nation asked you to bear, and you did it with honor. You deserved recognition, not accusations." Hayes found his voice. "General, are these charges—" "Dismissed," Stone said flatly. "Effective immediately. This tribunal is over." She closed the metal case and tucked it back into her coat. "You are not alone anymore, Sergeant. Not after today." With that, General Stone turned and walked towards the door, her escorts moving in perfect precision. The gallery remained frozen, the air electric with disbelief. As she stepped out into the storm, lightning illuminated the chamber. For the first time, Elena allowed herself the faintest smile. The war wasn't over, but the truth had finally drawn its first breath.